I request protocol to escort His Excellency.
Au nom de l'Assemblée Générale,
On behalf of the General Assembly, I have the honor to welcome to the United Nations His Excellency René Préval, President of the Republic of Haiti, and to invite him to address the Assembly.
Monsieur le Président,
Mr. President, allow me at the outset to convey my congratulations to you and to wish you very fruitful work. Mr. President, Secretary General, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, heads of state and government, ladies and gentlemen, could you ever imagine a GA where the representatives of states and governments who follow one another here at this rostrum would bring us only good news to inform us that our world is doing better and that most indicators, development indicators, are at their best ever. We are so far from this ideal. It would even seem that in addition to numerous crises of all stripes, food, energy, financial, and so forth, which are already exacting a very high toll on our populations, it would seem that some of us must now get used to recurrent upheaval resulting from natural disasters. We have to, every time, rebuild the same destroyed infrastructure. We must restore the same productive capacities and potential which were blown away by cyclones and floods. And due to the lack of sufficient resources, the process of reconstruction is not launched in time, and we need to prepare ourselves for the recurrence of disasters before even these communities have been able to recover from previous disasters. This, apparently, is the new life cycle, which vulnerable states, such as ours, must prepare themselves for, with, of course, insufficient resources at their disposal. The situation is no accident. It is the direct consequence of a development and governance model which nations, recognized as powerful ones, have imposed upon the rest of the world for centuries. A development and governance model mainly concerned with the well-being of money and insufficiently with the well-being of people. A development model which, even within rich countries, results in precarious standards of living for major parts of the population, lacking healthcare, decent housing, and even good education. Why should all of mankind accept that half the people of this earth live in such poverty, in hunger, misery, without any chances of an improvement in their situation? Why should all of mankind accept that our planet be threatened irresponsibly, that species be condemned to extinction, that our populations, as a result of climate change, become more vulnerable in the face of natural disasters only because of greedy economic choices by a small minority of polluters? What substance can we give to our membership of this human community, which the United Nations seeks to champion? To quote George Orwell, beyond a certain level of inequality, there is no common world anymore. The blatant inequalities which mark the situations of our countries are an obstacle on the path to the creation of a large family which should be the United Nations. Mr. President, the time has come to counter the globalization of profit at any price, erected as a new credo with a globalization of solidarity. The only way to guarantee the elimination of poverty this solidarity which is advocated by this distinguished assembly which I'm addressing here today. This is an opportunity for me to repeat before this assembly that the real vector for peace, stability and security is development. The aid received by our countries will be ineffective and will be a source of great frustration for both donors and beneficiaries if it is not part of a plan to create and develop the productive potential of our countries. This is the only way to put an end to the vicious cycle of poverty and dependence. Haitians, as many other people of the South, are a hard-working, clever and entrepreneurial people with great resilience, forged by negotiating the daily chaos around them, and capable of utilizing to the limit and make the best of the smallest resources made available to them. Our countries yearn to mobilize this potential and this ability to take the road of sustainable development. Develop our countries is a feasible endeavor. However, all efforts underway will remain ineffective if we are not able to forge a new paradigm for international cooperation. A new paradigm which requires of us to transcend the logic of humanitarian assistance and which recognizes the ability of poor peoples to engage in business and to produce wealth through the means and opportunities afforded them to strengthen their productive potential. Without such a new vision which breaks with a culture of perpetual humanitarian assistance, peace and stability will remain precarious and elusive. Mr. President, allow me to share a few words on Haiti, as my country is on the Security Council's agenda. During these last 3 years, and despite the negative impact of numerous international crises on our economy, significant progress has been achieved, inter alia in the fields of security